what you see is not always what you get when it comes to food, and you know this. I mean, when the food label ingredients are this long and all you're eating is a piece of bread, we know there's other things in there that could be misleading, and labels mislead a lot. So there are underlying factors we know for obesity and even a contender with diabetes. But don't fret, because health and wellness expert Judy Gaman is here and has insight into reading labels. Okay, let's start with the bread.
I'm so glad we're talking about this, because we have an obesity and diabetes crisis here in the United States, and it has to do with the marketing. $6.1 billion is spent on marketing to just the kids. So let's look at labels, because whole grain's a big one. People think, oh, if I'm eating whole grain, I'm eating healthy. But they can put anything they want on a whole grain label. They don't have to necessarily say how much whole grain.
No.
So they could just throw a couple oats in it.
Yeah,
it's whole grain because it has whole grain. So like if you take this bread here, it has 6 grams of whole grain, but then when you go over and you look here, you're at much higher, 21 grams of whole grain. So it can be very misleading. Also, you want to look for in bread, this is a big thing you're going to find on labels, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors. That's what you want to look for in those products. So
that makes sense. And a lot of times you go to that Ezekiel bread, you know, which you buy in the freezer, and we know that's loaded with good stuff.
Yeah, it's sprouted.
Yeah,
so if it's sprouted, it's healthier. So here's another.
And you get fiber.
You get fiber. You need fiber. And this is a big one, and that is the gluten-free labels. A lot of times you'll see things like this. I found this on the gluten-free aisle at a health food store. It says no wheat. So a lot of people will say, oh, that means it's gluten-free. No, it's not. You turn it over, you read the label. It actually has barley, and gluten is wheat, rye, barley, and malt.
That's right. Wheat, rye, barley, and malt. That's gluten.
So what you want to look for is, I don't know if you can zoom in on this, but this here is actually the certified gluten-free. So if you look at this, this is what you want to find that proves that it actually is gluten-free. All
right, let me check something here. Do you know about the barcode?
You were mentioning something.
Okay, let me tell you about barcodes. Barcodes, if it has 00 or a 10 before the numbers, it means it's made in the United States or Canada. This is an 8, it's made in Thailand or China.
Good to know.
Get that.
Good to know.
And if you want to get in touch with me, I'll send you the email about those barcodes. We should be looking at that.
We should.
But this is the biggest joke in the world.
This
light.
is light. I mean, how many ways can you spell light, right?
That's right. Lie. How many ways can you spell lie?
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. So if you turn around and you actually look at some of these light yogurts, and this is a big problem right now with our obesity, you turn around and you look at actually what's in them, big ingredients. You were talking about them being, you know, really long paragraphs. If you can't pronounce what's in it, don't eat it.
Don't eat it. And it's got fructose. They make it low fat because they pump all the sugar in it to make you eat it.
Well, even worse, you know, artificial flavors, colors, you name it. You want to go for something that has shorter ingredient levels, but you can actually see the fruit. If it says fruit on it, or it has a picture of fruit, and you open it up and it's all that same color, generally it's full of dyes. And you can actually read the ingredients here, and you can read down how many dyes, how much aspartame, everything.
Now who would want to eat this?
Well,
Corn Puffs Gorilla Munch.
Here's the thing. If this is what is in your pantry, your kids will eat it. But I brought this to prove a point. This is heavily marketed to kids. We all know what this is. And if you look at it, people say, oh, right here it says made with real fruit. You look at it, you think, oh, that's fruit. Turn it over, read the ingredients, full of dyes. One thing I definitely want to point out about dyes, you can go anywhere on the FDA website and you're going to find about food colorings. The FDA actually has acceptable levels of arsenic, lead.
Terrific.
Yeah, and mercury in food coloring. So please keep them out of your kids' mouths.
We have to move on here. I love these little things because I think I love Coca-Cola better than anything. Better than a cocktail. I love a Coke, but I don't eat them much anymore.
You don't eat them?
I don't drink them much.
But here's another little marketing thing that they're doing. Big crackdown on sugar and sodas. So if you take the Dr. Pepper here, and it says with imperial sugar, I did the grams to teaspoons. Here's how much sugar is inside of this.
Look at this. Look, this is...
I know. And here's their solution to less sugar per serving.
Okay, you got to check out our website at dthebroadcast.tv for a link to Judy Gaman's information. They have a great show that's on all the time. When is it on? Sundays?
Oh, the Staying Young Show.
Yes.
Actually, we're nationally syndicated, so go to stayingyoungshow.com. You can go to iTunes, look up Staying Young Show, and Susie's been on our show multiple times. She's hysterical. You got to listen to the shows she was on. You can download them off of iTunes.
Okay, up next, we're going to mix up with some delicious guacamole and the delicious ways to add it to your menu. Mamacitas from Red Oak serves up these ideas when we return.